most of our listeners will know why you are here today, but I would like to ask once again, why are you here today and why are you part of this demonstration?
I'm sure this is the first time, as I can recall, that people have had to do a demonstration against the Bank of Ghana. Mm-hmm. It has never happened before. So if we've got to do this one demonstration, then that means that all the systems and structures to dialogue have broken down.
Okay.
And citizens are showing their annoyance, and citizens are showing their frustration with the system. And I think that this is a wake-up call for the Bank of Ghana, the governors, the deputy governors, the board, and the whole management to really have some time for introspection, okay, and see if they are really managing the finances of Ghana well.
Okay, so I mean, we say they've refused to listen to one-on-one dialogues and even build consensus altogether. So do you think this demonstration will achieve the results we desire as a country and as the alliance is going on, embarking on this demonstration?
I hope so. Like I said, when you are in leadership, one of the good traits of a leader is to listen. And if the governor is listening, he will realize that the patience for him and what he says and what he does is running out.
Okay.
And I think that this demonstration is indicative of that. And I'd hope that he would have a different demeanor and a different body language and disposition, such that he can come clean with the people of Ghana.
Okay.
Never before have we heard that there's been a loss of this magnitude, 60 billion with the Bank of Ghana. It has never happened before. There was a whole domestic debt exchange program, for goodness sake. People have lost so much value in their investments, and they just can't talk. Since when? How could it even happen that people have to go a picket in front of Ministry of Finance? And I mean, if I were, I would be so embarrassed and so ashamed that this is happening under my tenure as a leader.
Okay.
And so I think that it is time for them to just look within and realize that maybe all is not well, and they really should get their act together. And stop this flagrant. It's almost like Ethiopia. This is the time you should play Nadi Lumba's song in Ethiopia, because that seems to be what is going on. You're building a head office in a time of crisis, and not a cheap head office, also 20-story, 22-story, 8-story amenities block. You're building all these stuff things in the time of crisis, and the time when your balance sheets are showing that you've incurred a loss. What is going on?
So what if he decides not to step down, but he still chooses to be in office, and these things keep happening?
You see, at the end of the day, he was appointed by somebody. The appointing authority should also be listening to this, because Ghanaians have a very high tolerance level for certain things, and at some point, I think it's the young ones, as you saw in the demonstration the other day, the young ones whose tolerance level for certain things is not as much as maybe the older ones. Famanyame, no. I think that the appointing authorities also need a time for introspection. The president, the vice president, the executive, we are part of the legislation, and we are demonstrating against this, because we know the information that comes to Parliament is not good. Public Accounts Committee, he will not even come and even show up in the Public Accounts Committee. He will send his deputies, for goodness sake. Who should be accountable? You are the boss, you should be the one come to speak. So some things have gone wrong, and I think that things have to be put right. He has to instill confidence in the Bank of Ghana by his actions moving forward.
We've had calls for reshuffles and all that. And I mean, for years now, the president has not heeded to that call. Do you think he would heed to this call? And if not, what will be the next course of action for the party?
Well, for the party and for the leadership, after this, we'll decide what the next course of action will be, because there's a petition that's going to be presented, and our instructions or our directives or our suggestions are in that petition.
Okay.
After that, when we move forward, we'll know. But I just think that the president has shown he won't change people. Whether they are good, whether they are bad, whatever, he will just keep them in place. And I think that is also not a good management practice. At some point, there has to be, a turnaround. People do it. In a corporate world, they do it. Yeah. At some point, people shift departments. They move from one department to the next. And it's even good for the company. And at some point, sometimes Ghana must be looked at as in a corporate way. The president, you are the CEO. The vice is the deputy CEO, and all the directors of the departments and the various units. And see if in terms of performance they are performing. Certain organizations, in certain ways, this will not be allowed. This will not be allowed. So I think that the president has to get another. Well, he says that soon somebody is going to come to take over from him. But that's a defeatist approach. I think the president has 1 year, 2 months to get certain things together, get his act together, and finish with a much better record than he is shown now. And I think that Ghanaians, the tolerance Don't push the tolerance of Ghanaians to the limit. Don't push it.
Thank you very much.